Hi there, my name is Lashana. I'm going to give you a few of my thoughts, reviews, feedback of the class we just took. I would first want to say that I am very disappointed that the only opportunity that I was given a discount is at the end of the class after taking 2 classes at the same time. I can't complain because this was something that I wanted to do for myself, but it would have been nice to get $100 off, 25% off, $2 off your next headphone, something for 2 classes at the same time. But I'm just gonna put it out there. You asked me for my opinion, it is what it is. Secondly, I would like to say that this should not have been advertised for all levels. Think about it this way. If you don't know a lick of music, a chord progression, rhythm, beats, anything, the pre-class was already too much for people. And if they passed it, because to be honest with you, good for them, or anybody who took that class, this class should have been longer than 30 days because there was way too much information to retain in 30 days and to feel comfortable with it. And not only that, I can't ask questions. The only questions I can ask is on my little profile, and I'm getting it from my peers. I didn't get any comments or feedbacks or anything from Andrew the entire 30 day. And as I'm not looking to be validated or anything, because at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself for what I've accomplished, I shouldn't have to go to YouTube on how to plug in things or how to make sure my mic is compatible with just my audio interface without having to go and find out I need to go buy a sound little box to plug up my mic, to plug up into my audio interface. But at the end of the day, it has taught me that I probably could have learned this on my own. Not giving shade to Andrew because he does his thing. He gave a lot of information. He did his thing. He pushed me and challenged me in ways that I probably wouldn't have done if I wasn't in this class. I just feel like if you're gonna do a production class, please, more than 30 days, please, Andrew, answer questions, feedback more. And I understand he has a life. I understand these are all pre-recorded. But the last day, my bubble was a little popped. I was very disappointed to know that was it. I did 3 projects. My final project, I didn't get any reviews from Andrew. At least a review to tell me, hey, great job. Let the project be on day 29. So on day 30 is just feedback. Would have loved to know, hey, Shauna, you need to work on your vocals. And here's how to do it. Here's a link to my YouTube video that I post on YouTube. Here's the best way. But at the end of the day, these are just my thoughts. These are just my opinions. I still enjoyed the class. I just think I'm done with the classes. I think this was a good start. So these were my opinions, thoughts, that's it.
Hi, my name is Megha, and I just finished Andrew Huang's music production course on monthly.com. My background is mostly as a vocalist and multi-instrumentalist, a lot of percussion, and I've never done music production before. I've played around in Logic before, just to kind of create some ideas, kind of tracking a demo without really knowing too much, just live instruments and stuff. So I was really curious to maybe use this as an opportunity to learn Ableton, which has always intrigued me, but it was really intimidating as a software. So I wanted to get myself into a structure to learn it. So I'll go over some thoughts I had in pros and cons about the course. So I really appreciated the broad range of topics that the course covered. Every single stage of the production and the workflow, it was really important for me to see that. And specifically seeing Andrew work in real time, make those decisions, change his mind, go back. It was really informative to know how it's kind of done. It made it less mystical and less mysterious. It was something that I've always wanted to do, but there was always this mental block. So it was really nice to also have the tools, in the songwriting section, to just be forced to commit to an idea and develop it, rather than just kind of what I usually go through is, oh, this thing sounds dumb, and so I'm not going to continue this idea. So I was able to get past that block that I usually experience every time. So I appreciated that a lot. The peer groups element was really cool. I really enjoyed interacting with the other students in the class and giving and receiving feedback. For me, it's important in general for any type of work I do. I like working as a team and working together with other people. So even if the project and ideas are my own, to get feedback from others and seeing how they experience it, what their perceptions are of certain elements, and maybe they suggest things that I hadn't even thought of, which it's actually easy to do since I don't know what I'm doing really. That was super cool. I really enjoyed chatting with and just interacting through the interface with other producers and seeing what they're doing, other styles, other genres, seeing how cool it was that their productions turned out to be like really interesting and compelling. So it was like awesome to see other people's talent. I think ultimately the biggest selling point for me and the reason I took this course was that I needed structure to get me to sit in a chair every single day to do a specific task, to learn and continue that process. Because I know that is what it requires to learn something new, but often I don't create that time and I can't commit to my own schedule right now since during this pandemic, there's really nobody to really answer to right now. And I really wanted to give myself a chance to learn something, and I feel like I did. So it's fulfilled that purpose. The reason I took the course was to learn something, and I think I got out of it what I put into it. And so for that, it was really valuable. The thing that I was hoping to experience, which didn't happen, was getting any kind of feedback from Andrew himself. I would have been happy to get feedback from people with also other expertise or at equal amount to kind of help us along. And it kind of connects to the second comment I had, which is maybe there should be a separate forum dedicated to answering questions and clarifying some stuff that we could also learn from each other as students. There are other education softwares that kind of create a forum space so that TAs and professors can answer those questions that students have. And I think that's easy to integrate and should have been part of this instead of digging around other people's samples and to look for solutions. Of course, there's the internet, we can Google things, but like the reason you enroll in a course is to have a direct interaction with a TA or a professor or someone with more expertise than you. Otherwise, I would just Google on my own, right? So I think having direct access to people with expertise is something I expected to have, which I didn't experience. And for that reason, it connects to my evaluation of the course being a little bit pricey for what it is. Especially, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this to be a professional musician. Although music is such a big part of my life, I don't expect to earn money from it right now, perhaps not ever. But I don't have a job due to the pandemic, and I need to be investing my money wisely. It is something that was really important to me, so I don't regret spending the money to do this course. But I think people who are maybe on the fence or who are experiencing a little bit more financial difficulty wouldn't be able to prioritize this much of an investment. And again, that's a business decision. I don't know. So yeah, I think I understand that there is a market rate for this kind of course. And I can just say from my experience that I would have hoped for more personal interaction with expert producers to ask questions, because I felt lost a lot of times, and I was hoping that I would find the answers easier instead of kind of long Googling processes. So overall, I think the course is of really high quality. I think I need a lot more guidance in terms of mixing and mastering, and I know these are really deep fields, and since the course ended, I've been doing my own research and kind of digging around the internet for more information. So it's out there, but I think it was a good start. It was a very good broad brush, thorough in the sense of including all of the parts of the workflow of production. So in that sense, it was a great course, but I definitely know where else I need to go next in terms of strengthening my foundations. So hope that helps other people choosing to take this course. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Well, my name's Kolston Gogan. I've practiced music, I guess, from an early age. I started when I was 5 playing violin, which I didn't really enjoy that much. It was quite strict. I started playing trumpet in high school. From there, I just wanted to play the drums. And then eventually my parents got me a drum set when I was 10. Fast forward quite a few years, I played in a lot of bands. And then I guess through this process, I started writing songs just on an acoustic guitar. That led me to wanting to record songs. I just started making a lot of beats. The biggest thing that I gained from the course was I went through learning all about electronic music production. again, because like I've gone through Mr. Bill courses, I've gone through like tons of different online electronic production courses just over the years. It was funny, it was going through that process again, which brought me back to acoustic music in the end, which as soon as I wrote that song and I was playing all the acoustic instruments, I really realized what I enjoy in music, filling space with the sound that I'm creating on whatever instrument that I have, not necessarily sitting on the screen and creating music that way. I mean, even in the sense that I came back to acoustic music, all of those elements of electronic music make their way in. So when I'm thinking of the ear candy, or when I'm thinking of frequencies working together or rhythmic patterns working together, I'm still oftentimes thinking of it from an electronic perspective. I'm thinking about how is this going to translate, even though I'm playing an upright bass, or I'm playing an acoustic guitar, or I'm playing any of the other random instruments that I have kicking around here. It's always just thinking about how it fits into that frequency spectrum, like you were saying, and how it can fit in rhythmically. But yeah, so the pro here would be that just that thought of space, and that thought of ear candy, and that thought of frequencies, while stuff that maybe I already had in my mind, it was a good reminder and a good exercise to basically just use all of these acoustic instruments for that last project to try and create a song that would fit in this course. I enjoyed the entire process. I mean, I enjoyed the process of having the deadline, having the time, and the project. It was almost like paying for deadlines, you know? It's like, as bad as that sounds. That's what I enjoyed about it, the accountability and the camaraderie. The people were really nice.
So do we want to move on to the cons?
I thought having some like experienced mentors in the group, if you're not going to have the actual instructor commenting on anybody's posts, or not able to comment on everybody's posts, then at least having experts per se in the comments supporting people and helping them through the process, I think that would be a huge improvement to the course. And the other thing that I had mentioned when I emailed them was even just having a common question and answer section. You know, there could be just a ton of questions that people have asked. They've probably had thousands of students by now, so you could filter out and figure out what questions are important and asked over and over again. And links to external resources or whatever it is, places that you can find more information on the subject that you're having trouble with. I think that would really benefit that course in particular, because all of the ideas that are in the course are great, and watching someone go through the process can be a good way of learning. However, a lot of folks really need more understanding before actually being able to implement these things. Yeah, I can turn some knobs on an EQ, or I can do these things, but I don't actually know what I'm hearing. Overall, I got something out of it. I'm not going to say that I didn't. Was it worth the investment? For myself, no. For someone else, I would recommend it. Even if you took it slowly and you didn't necessarily do all the projects on time, someone could easily get from ground zero to being able to make tracks in a month or a couple months with that information.